Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to class. I hope everyone had a good weekend. So today our lesson is using engagement strategies and involving movement in the classroom. So over the weekend, you guys were supposed to read Mindfulness Chapter 7 and Total Participation Techniques Chapter 6. So did everyone do that?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Happy to hear it. Let's see. This is a new smartboard, so I'm still working it out. So to start off class, I want you guys to think of a time you felt the most engaged in a classroom setting when something was being taught. And then we're all going to share aloud. So I'm going to give you guys a minute to think. Like, when were you really engaged? Like, was it when you were playing a game? When your teacher was being funny? Just think of a time in your head. And then raise your hand when you have something. Aubrey.
One time that I felt most engaged in my classroom was when my teacher put together a Jeopardy game to study before a test.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so did everyone hear that? Yes? Okay, Aubrey shared that she played a Jeopardy game in her class, and that's when she was super engaged. So that makes sense, right? Everyone's playing a game. They're like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. Maybe their family watches Jeopardy at home. It's like so sick. Okay. Anyone else have an example? Libby.
Okay, in one of my classes, my teacher put around the room like signs that say agree, disagree, somewhat agree, somewhat disagree, and then they'd say like a topic or something, and we'd have to go stand at that side of the room.
Nice, I love that. So your teacher was involving movement, and she let you guys get out of your seats and then like choose which side to go to. I love that. I remember doing that in high school as well. Jake, do you have something?
I'd say in general, anytime teacher put us in groups, we were able to share our opinions on topic, I felt more engaged than just listening to a teacher.
That's awesome. Okay, I love that, because it does get boring listening to the teacher, so it's important that the teachers like allow their students to collaborate with others and like get to hear from each other and talk about themselves. I think that definitely makes class interesting. Okay, so for the next activity, I want you guys all to trace your hand. So right or left hand, it doesn't matter. Trace your hand in your notebook. The supplies is on the supply table.
Oh my gosh. Teacher? Okay. Right or left?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Very good.
I finished.
Gold star. Okay. So, as you guys are finishing up tracing your hands, first of all, can I see how did everyone do? This is a high school class, but oh, very nice. Very good. Oh, we have some artists in the classroom. Okay, so in those, so we drew our hand. There's 5 fingers, obviously. In your thumb, I want you guys to write paying attention. These are, so what we're going to be writing in our hand, and you're going to leave one of them open. You can choose which finger you want to leave open. We're going to be writing the desired mental states and processes for strategies relating to engagement. So then, this is what they are. And throughout our lesson today, we'll be reviewing back to them. So these are kind of mini objectives that all relate to our big objective of learning how to involve our students and engage them. So in our thumb, we're going to write paying attention. Super important, right? And this is all pertaining to us as teachers. We want to pay attention to our classroom. And something that I learned even reading these chapters is that you want to monitor the classroom physically and verbally. So let's see if Jake was misbehaving. I'm going to stand by him, but I'm still talking about the lesson, right? Or maybe I start making eye contact with Grace because she is on her phone. Make sense? Like you're monitoring physically, verbally, mentally. It's just all goes together. Okay, number 2 is being energized. So you want to be super exciting about your lessons. Gotta be energetic, get everyone to focus on what the teacher has to say. Number 3, being intrigued. So this relates to being intrigued what other students have to say. So when earlier we all shared aloud, you're all interested in everyone's personal stories. And number 4 is being inspired. So a good teacher inspires their students, whether it can be in a number of things, just whether students want to boost themselves academically and just have a successful growth mindset. It's really important that our students feel inspired in the classroom, that they want to learn what is being taught and that they just want to overall be better. So we're going to leave one of your fingers open for something like a note that you want to add from our class today. And so you just get to choose what you felt was the most important. Okay, looking at this slide, does this look familiar to anyone? No?
Yes.
Jake, maybe? Yes? Okay, so when I was in 4th grade, I remember my teacher had all of her students' names in here, and it was the random name generator. So it's super nerve-wracking because a little 4th grader was like, oh my gosh, it might be my name! But it kept them super engaged because you never knew if you're going to be called on. And what's cool about this technique, so it works on a smartboard, and what's cool is that it can actually call on the same person again. Oh my goodness, there's my name. I can research.
Oh yeah.
Does anyone else see their name up there? Oh, Macy, we see your name. Very nice. Cameron, common names. Okay. So, this random name generator increases response rates. So, does anyone have an idea what response rate means in teaching?
How often a person responds in class?
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. So it sounds kind of like common sense, but Libby gave a really good definition. And it's like, yeah, how often some students respond. And you can kind of track that as a whole classroom or individually and like take notes on who's really engaged in their lessons. Does anyone have an idea what hand signals might mean? There's a picture that kind of shows.
Yeah, thumbs up, thumbs down can mean, thumbs up can mean good, thumbs down can mean bad, other things can mean other things.
Yeah, perfect. So yeah, thumbs up, I could ask you guys, so where are you guys at right now? How do you feel? Thumbs up, thumbs down, sideways, maybe you're not sure. And then there's also response cards, which we don't really use in our classroom. I feel like grade school mostly uses response cards. Maybe you hold up true, false, or you write down on your whiteboard and get to share a louder answer. Physical movement. Okay, do you guys like to dance?
Of course.
Yes. Does anyone have a favorite dance move they'd like to share? Jake?
Oh yeah.
What's one of your favorite dance moves?
Oh, it's a killer one.
Okay.
Oh man.
Don't dance with the teacher.
I just like the classic spin. You know,
Oh, I
show
love that.
all sides of you.
Round of applause for Jake. Very nice, thank you for sharing. I tend to go with the floss. Don't make fun of me. I'm a teacher. I still got it, guys. I go dancing on the weekends. So it is so important to use physical movement in your teaching. So whether you're dancing, maybe that's not the best. I don't know what this is really teaching. Maybe if I was a PE teacher, that would make sense. But you can, okay, in these pictures, we can see children are lined up, right? Even like, it looks like older staff are. They're facing each other in 2 parallel lines. And so we can assume that they normally sit in desks all day, right? And maybe they're still in their classroom, but they made room for physical movement. They made room so that students could stand right across from each other. And me being the teacher, so I would have you guys line up and maybe I ask a question, and then you share with your partner, then the other partner shares, and you take turns. And then maybe you step down the line, shake their hand, and then you get to work with someone else. So this is an example of physical movement in the classroom. And we have a few more. I didn't put dance moves on there, but that's okay. Something that I remember 2 of my substitute teachers did when they were teaching is that they would give us like 2 minutes to stand up and stretch like 3 times a day. And it was so awesome. So we're gonna do that right now. I want everyone to stand up. And we're just gonna do a little stretch break. So I'm also a yoga teacher on the side, so I'll lead us in some sun salutations. Just kidding. But we're just gonna stretch, maybe lean to one side, lean to the other, touch your toes. Can anyone not touch their toes? Really?
No.
I'm like so far away.
And you reach to the sky, just get your wiggles out. So just a good way to show some physical movement in the classroom. You guys can take a seat or keep stretching if needed. Work out those muscles. So stand up and stretch. Good way to involve movement into our classroom. Maybe it gets people to better engage after we sit back down. Corner activities, like what Libby mentioned earlier, where a classroom has 4 corners and you go to each side to answer. Has anyone ever had to act out or play a role in the classroom? Yes, I see some people nodding heads. Macy has, nice, good. Cameron, awesome. when I was a freshman, so my first name is Julia. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you guys that, just kidding. But we read Romeo and Juliet, and we had to learn about the theme of that book, or that play, and my teacher assigned roles into the classroom, and so I was actually Juliet, and I had to act it out, and then it helped me, like when I was taking the test, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this, and it's really engaging to like watch your peers act out, you know, it's a fun activity. Has anyone else ever done that? Yeah? Yes, okay. Okay, we talked about our lineups to share, and then 2 more appointment agendas and a citation walk. So, oh, this picture is kind of funny.
I saw that earlier.
I got it down. Okay, appointment agendas. Has anyone ever done this? I've only done this once in the classroom. I went to the things fan. You have?
What is it?
Oh, so an appointment agenda is where in a classroom, I actually did this my senior year, my teacher passed out appointment cards, and there was just, we wrote down the times, like 5-minute intervals of our class period, and then we had to just choose 4 people in the class, like individuals. So I'd write down Jake, Livy, Aubrey, Grace, and then I had Jake at 12 o'clock, Livy at 12:05, and so on. And my teacher would just have us meet and talk with that person about what we were learning. So maybe it was before a big essay coming up, and we just kind of discuss and see where we were at, or share our notes and evidence pieces. But has anyone ever done that before?
No.
It was an interesting way to get you to talk to people. I mean, it worked, but I don't know. I don't really see myself doing that in the future, but it was an example. Citation walk, that's when, so you get up out of your seat and walk around the classroom, and we could be working on an essay again or a big project, and there's quotes around the room that the teacher has provided, and you just kind of get to walk around and copy it down and just like take what information you want. Have anyone ever done that?
No.
Yeah? Awesome. Was it in your English class maybe?
Yeah.
Yes. That's what mine was too as well. Okay. Demonstrating enthusiasm and intensity. Okay, does anyone recognize him?
No. Jack Black.
Jack Black. My dad looks like Jack Black actually. And this teacher, I don't know if he's famous. It's a meme. So we're going to demonstrate some enthusiasm into this lesson that we want to do with all of our lessons when we're always teaching. So some ways to do that are we can include personal stories. So we're able to share like our personal experiences in teaching. I feel like everyone enjoys talking about that. Everyone likes to talk about themselves. That's what we're going to talk about later, right? Starbucks? I love Starbucks. Does anyone have a favorite drink they'd like to share?
I do.
Yes?
Strawberry acai refreshers.
Yum! Oh, that is so good. What about anyone soda lovers out there? My husband loves soda. Jake?
What's my favorite soda?
Yeah.
I love Mountain Dew.
You do? Oh, my husband loves that.
Oh.
That's awesome. He drinks it so much, guys. It scares me. He doesn't even work out. I'm like, it's stressful. Anyways, okay, video movie clips. What do you guys see over here? A URL, a link. Not LinkedIn, just a link. So where it leads, I don't know. We will shall see. Keep it a lively place. You guys, we gotta keep our classrooms a lively place. It is so boring to walk into classrooms and they're all just like falling asleep. So to keep this lively,
Teacher,
yes?
it says Metallica on the screen.
Oh, it does? Oh, do you like that band?
Huh.
Oh, yeah, that's great. That is cool. Have you ever seen them in concert?
Really?
You haven't?
No.
Yeah. This not be a true fan. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward. Let's see.
I love this movie.
I gotta make sure this is G-rated. Maybe I could talk to the principal and we'd be able to watch this sometime. I'm just gonna play it right here.
Oh, I love this movie. It's such a good movie.
Yes, Tinkerbell.
Summer. As contact totem, first would like to just say, welcome to our spring.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions about our schedule? Because usually now instead of teaches vocabulary, then gives us pop quiz. Then she'll split us up into our reading groups. Track these for the
Hey. Miss Dumbledore ain't your teacher today? I am.
I love this
And I got a headache and the runs. So I say, time for recess.
seen that movie before?
Yes.
It is a classic. That movie is called School of Rock. If you want to watch it outside of school, ask your parents, of course, before. I'll send you guys the link. Just kidding. It's a really good movie. Maybe you learn something from teaching, because he actually ends up being a really good teacher. And I didn't include this in the movie clip, but he keeps the classroom a super lively place. It's not really the most typical teacher lively place, but he has his students' attention the whole time, which makes him a good teacher in the end. And they end up winning. Well, I won't spoil it. Anyways, it's a great movie. Once again, I'm going to talk to our principal, Miss Sherry, and see if she'll let us watch it in class. Maybe we can find a G-rated version. Okay. Let's see. Using friendly controversy. Okay, so keyword friendly. So some class activities that we can include in our lesson plans is voting, class voting. So Libby kind of brought up the 4 corners, which is a type of voting. Have you guys ever experienced any other types of voting in classes? Maybe using technology? Yes?
Yes.
Awesome. Has anyone participated in a Socratic seminar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys like them?
No.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't like speaking in front of people and arguing.
That is true. Do you feel more comfortable when you just talk in pairs or small groups? Okay. Jake, why don't you like Socratic seminars?
Maybe I like it now.
You feel better?
I didn't like it back then because I didn't care what we were talking about.
Oh, okay, interesting. So when you're in college, it's more geared toward what you want to learn?
Yes.
Makes sense. Aubrey, Grace, have you guys ever participated in a Socratic seminar?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember, I feel like a lot of things are involved in English, because in my opinion, English is kind of boring, so they try really hard to use these activities to make it better. Okay, so who knows what this is called?
Venn diagram.
Venn diagram. Oh my goodness, yes. So this is another way that we're use it to compare and contrast, right? In the middle, things that are the same, and on the outside, A and B are different. That's just an example. But just another type of friendly controversy. Okay, are you guys feeling good? Thumbs up, thumbs down. How are your energy levels? Good. Oh wow. Thumbs up's Jake. Maybe you need some Mountain Dew. Bring some to class next time. Okay. Okay, using academic games. Guys, this is where it gets really fun. I'm serious. Aubrey, are you pumped?
Yes.
Aubrey, show me your pumped face. I love it. Oh my gosh. I'm overwhelmed with joy. Okay, Jeopardy. This is Jeopardy. Okay. Moment of silence. He passed away.
I cried.
Bless his heart.
That was not long enough, but okay, moving on. Alice Trebek. You know him, you love him. Okay. Vocab bingo. Has anyone ever played that in class?
Yes.
Yes? What subject was it?
All subjects.
All subjects?
We did
I
vocab
played
bingo.
Spanish.
Oh,
Loteria.
Loteria. Yes, I remember doing that. So that's a good way to learn about definitions and learn the subjects being taught. What about charades? Has anyone ever played charades?
Not in class.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have, but I don't think I have either, but I think it'd be fun to try. My family likes to play charades at home. My husband goes crazy. He's really good at acting out. Oh my goodness. That's insane. Okay, and so does everyone know how to play Jeopardy? I don't have to go over that. You guys feel good? You guys are so smart. Oh my gosh. So proud of my glorious students. Okay, provide opportunities for students to talk about themselves. So let's see, someone choose a question that we all want to go around and share. Just a moment to talk about ourselves, chill. I think that might be a little personal. What about favorite,
Pizza toppings.
Okay, there we go, pizza toppings. Libby, why don't you start?
Mine is pepperoni and olives.
Yum, good choice. Aubrey?
I like
Hawaiian. So we're talking pineapples,
Pineapple, maybe bacon.
the works.
Classic.
Yummy.
That's mine. But I also like classic pepperoni. That's good.
You never go wrong. Jake?
Cheese. I
Cheese?
always have to have cheese on pizza.
Oh,
Yeah,
nothing else?
at least cheese.
Okay, got it. Okay, so these are familiar to everyone. Brought back some fun memories when we used to color a lot in school. So great. So it's really important to provide opportunities for students to talk about themselves because it makes the lesson more interesting, right? When we all went around talking about our favorite pizza topping, everyone was interested, right? No one was just feeling blah in the lesson. So some ways that we can provide opportunities like these are we can write about ourselves, assign personal projects, maybe where they get to bring pictures or things from home, include life connections, take interest surveys. Have you guys ever taken like fun quizzes about yourself, right? Those are kind of fun in class. So yeah, that's another really important thing. And so our last thing for today, oops, my bad, is about inspiring students. So like I talked about earlier, when we inspire students, we're inspiring them to have a growth mindset. Maybe we encourage them to set academic goals for themselves. We could keep a gratitude journal. I never thought about that, and I thought that was really cool. Like give the kids 5 minutes or so just to write down what they're grateful for that day. They can keep it in their own personal journal. Maybe it's not graded, or they just get participation points. But then the last thing, my favorite, practicing mindfulness. So I'm going to teach you guys a mindfulness trick that you can incorporate into your lesson plans, or maybe just once a week. One of my teachers, we did Mindfulness Mondays, where we'd learn a new mindfulness activity and practice it in the classroom. So since we traced our hands earlier, this lesson all goes together. It started with our hand, it's going to end with our hand. But instead of our hand being on paper, it's going to be out in the open. So everyone hold up your, let's see. So if you're right-handed, you're going to hold up your left hand. And you're going to take your right pointer finger. And what we're going to do is we're going to match the movement of from our finger to the natural flow of your breath. So when you inhale, you're going to inhale and just slowly move up your thumb, and then exhale and move down. And so you can close your eyes if you feel comfortable. But this is a really good mindfulness technique that can kind of just clear your mind and take you back into the classroom. Maybe you have your students practice this after a recess or after a lunch break. It can just kind of calm everyone down and bring classroom energy back into the classroom. So we're just going to go over our fingers. So I want everyone to close your eyes if you want. You're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then you can just kind of go at your own pace, just go moving up and down your fingers. So it'll take longer for some people or shorter depending on their breathing levels at the moment. Okay, you guys can open your eyes. So I really like doing that. I remember I would do that before I took a big test or a big exam. It's kind of cool because you can just kind of do it, you know, unnoticeably under a desk and just kind of practice that and just like breathe and really just get a better focus and grip on what you're learning. So that is all for today. Make sure that you guys add your last little note in your finger, what you felt was really important and what you want to remember. And then I'm going to have you guys turn that in on my desk so I can go through them and see what really stuck out to you guys. Thank you guys so much for participating today, and have a great day.